We ain't talking about your mama. We ain't talking about your daddy. We are not talking about your brother and your sister. And we're not talking about that ex 15 exes ago either. You are the problem. What are you going to do when you find out that you are the problem? Can you tell them about that, sis?
Well, one of the first things that you can do when you find out that you're the problem is sit with it for a minute, let it marinate, like connect the dots, stir it up a little bit, you know. You got to sit with it for a minute because when you realize that you're the problem, sometimes a lot of emotions can start to come up. And you
Mm-hmm.
want to find excuses and reasons to blame other people.
Yes.
And so allowing yourself to be in stillness with that
Mm-hmm.
realization for a moment and be honest with yourself about
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
Yes, Lord.
It can be very insightful
Mm-hmm.
doing that. And I've definitely had to do that a few times over the course of my life. And it's just like, ooh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like let me stop trying to blame other people and
Okay.
let me just consider this right now and take ownership, you
Yes,
know?
Lord.
Yeah, yeah. But that stillness and I feel like that's an important part when you
Mm-hmm.
realize that it's you. What
Oh
about you?
man. Yes, listen here, sis. A lot of times, let me just not say a lot of times. Let me specifically focus in on me at this point, okay? Because I think that a lot of us go through this, but we don't like to talk about it because it makes us feel, for some kind of reason, inferior of some sort, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
realize that you are the problem, and you have to really look at yourself, and you don't want to say, "Oh my God, I was wrong. Oh my God, I apologize. Oh my God, I was fucking crazy. I didn't. I was wrong. I was wrong." You don't want to say those words because then it will become a reality. You don't want to say that it becomes a reality. When
Yeah.
you realize it is you, and you talking about you, and you take a real good look at you, because it's not a one-sided situation in any type of relationship, honey. It is a two-way street, baby.
Exactly.
At one point, you MFs was holding hands.
Come
Okay?
on now. Come
Whether
on
it
now.
was holding hands, I'm in love with you holding hands, or it was holding hands, you my best friend in the world holding hands, you my dog holding hands. Y'all were holding hands at one point. And it's somewhere along the line, regardless to what the fault was, you played a part in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to really realize, I'm just like, I was trying not to be like my mama. Oh my
Ooh.
God, I'm just like her. Oh
Oof.
Lord, have mercy. Oh, I was trying not to be like my father. Oh man, I am just like him in this way. The very
Mm-hmm.
people that you hold on to or you blame for something will be the very people's issues that you repeat. I want you to hear that again.
Say it one more time.
The very people that you blame for something are the very issues that you're going to repeat again. You're going to repeat the same issues over and over again. You're going to do that. You're going to be that. You're going to be that made manifest. We won't talk about it like that, because you haven't went to go and clear up and clean up that mess. And so it's going to keep revisiting you every time. Most of the times, I haven't had a new one on me yet. I haven't had a new one on me yet. Most of the times when you realize it's you, it's something that you've been trying to tell you for a long time. You just overlooked and ignored it because you didn't want to go through the things that it was going to take for you to change.
Come on now.
You didn't want to be responsible. You did
Mm-hmm.
not want to be responsible, child. You did not want to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, your shit stank.
Yeah.
I did not want to look in the mirror and tell myself it stank. Now, come on, I was good at telling other people about themselves, honey.
It always seems so much easier that way, don't it?
Baby,
When you
I
get
could tell, I could tell some, I could read somebody, honey. I could be there pointing the finger and not even realize why I was pointing that finger. I was really looking at myself in the mirror in some way, shape, form, or fashion. When you
Come on.
realize that your shit stank,
Yeah.
ooh wee. When you realize it is you, mm, mm, mm. Baby, I'm just saying, I'm just want to talk. I know some of y'all are at your front porch. I know I'm at your front porch right now. I know I am. Some of you, I'm actually knocking on the door. Hmm. Some of you, I'm in your living room, baby.
You know what's interesting is when you want something to change so bad.
Mm,
You want your circumstance to change, you want your life situation to change, but you're not willing to change in order for those circumstances or that life situation to
mm,
to change, right? Like they go hand in hand. And so
mhm,
when it comes to you being the problem, it's like if if you continue to do things in the same way that you've been doing them, your situation is
mhm.
going to stay the same. If your
Right.
behaviors, if you keep your behaviors and your attitude and your mindset the same, and you're not open to exploring what else is out there and
Yep.
allowing yourself to grow and evolve in any of those areas,
Mhm,
then your situation is going to stay the same. And I feel like there's a lot of mismanagement of expectations when it
mm,
comes to what is required in
mhm,
order for something to be different, right? You can't
mm.
just want something to be different and then not do anything. So
No, but
that's another way that being the problem shows up.
absolutely, because you just want to sit there and talk about what you want, and you have perfected this mouthpiece of yours, but those
Mhm.
actions are not doing what your mouth says.
Come
And
on
you are
now.
the first person that should be able to realize that. A lot of times we're not. Other people will show us that in the way they act, how they respond, not respond. Will give us like more examples of us.
Yeah.
It won't necessarily come out straight and say it, but the example shows itself in the way a person is behaving. That is a mirror of you. A lot of people don't believe that, though. A lot of people don't believe that you can get so many different clues as to how you are, as above so below, as within so without. You look at your physical area, and
Hmm.
you see what your physical area looks like, and it is an exact replication, okay, of what is happening internally.
Come on now.
There may be some chaotic things, some books spread all across. That means that there's an area that you need to look at because it's calling for your attention and it's showing you externally. You're actually manifesting these things out into your reality through specific objects, so to speak, or
Yeah.
specific situations, so to speak. So when you realize that you are the issue, be objective, be
Hmm.
compassionate, be at peace with what it is you see, because it ain't nothing you can do to change it, what has happened, but you only have the choice and the actions for the change in the coming up, moments in your life.
Yes, definitely. And this takes me to a previous episode that we did, which we talked about evaluating your relationships, and one of the first things
Mhm.
being evaluating your relationship with yourself. And so, if you are at this point where it's just like, okay, I am the nucleus in this scenario, okay,
Okay.
it is me. Everything, all these things, yeah, they're centered around me. It's a great
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. If you haven't checked out that episode, definitely check that one out and do a bit of self evaluation so you can determine if you are going to do anything about it.
Right.
You know, but then also recognizing how other people are affected by your behavior, your choices and your decisions. And so
Hmm.
sometimes, like, you can't be sitting here like, oh well, I don't understand. A lot of people do this though. They don't know. They're just oblivious. They have no idea that they are actually the problem.
They're so
Completely
far
just
behind the veil that they can't see it.
exactly
That illusionary veil that they've placed before themselves to prevent themselves from seeing the truth.
delusion, honey.
Hey, listen, I used to be so delusional. Listen, I'm not pointing blame at anybody. I'm sharing with y'all how delusional I once was.
Okay,
Basically, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I'm sharing with you all. Every time we share in here, we're sharing from a personal space. So it is not, of course, there are some documents that you can go to verify some information, but most of the things that you will experience in your life will be the greatest teachers for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, because it is in the experience that non experience is made aware.
Yep.
It is while you are experiencing something that is of a discomfort to you that the awareness of not having to experience that shit the next time turns on. The light turns on in that little area. Oh, that's a choice. Ding, that choice. It's always been there. It just came on. So,
Mm-hmm.
you, everything that we're teaching from, I know, especially from me, here, I know my sister too, are from experiences that we've had. We're just speaking on it broadly, because it's important for everybody to be able to relate. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself spiritual, if you consider yourself an atheist, if you consider yourself a Buddhist, you know what I'm saying, Hindu. It doesn't matter what you, Christian. It doesn't matter what you consider yourself as. These things apply because we
Mm-hmm.
are all in this form, whatever you want to call it. We're in it. And once we do better by ourselves, then we operate universally better.
Yeah.
So you want to know when it's you. It's not a bad thing. You want to point out when it's you to you so that you can be better for you and better for everybody else, baby. So
Oh
listen,
yeah.
listen here. If you don't know, now you know. Sometimes it's your black ass. Okay? Sometimes it's you. So take a good look at yourself and see if it's you or not. See if it's you and do something about it. Don't sit still in it. Don't be ugly with yourself, honey. Give yourself love. Show yourself grace, compassion. But don't be dead and stagnant and stay there. Move, child. Move.
Mhm. Come
All
on.
right, y'all. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you. You can follow us where, sis?
You can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. The handle is at Spirit Wisdom Reset. You can also connect with us on our VIP list, and that link is in the description of whatever platform you're consuming us on right now. And if you are listening, please, I would love for you to rate our podcast. And you can definitely do that if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. I'm not as sure about the other platforms, the other podcasting platforms, but I know those two you can rate and review our podcast. So we would love your feedback.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
All right, y'all. See you on the next one.
Peace, peace, peace.